My coworker presented my $2 million project as hers to the board. Got promoted. Then had HR schedule me to train her as my new boss. She winked. Thanks for all your hard work. I'll take it from here. I smiled and said absolutely. But the training I gave her wasn't what she expected. The email came while I was eating a sad desk salad on a Tuesday. Mandatory training session, 3 p.m., conference room B. From HR, subject line, knowledge transfer protocol. I knew what this meant. Vanessa had won. My name is Maya Patel, and from wherever you're watching this, stay with me. Because what happened over the next 2 weeks became the most beautiful career destruction in corporate history, and I orchestrated every note. 6 months earlier, I'd been handed the Meridian Project, a failing $2 million software integration that 3 senior developers had already abandoned. Fix this mess, my manager Brian had said, or we lose the client. I lived in that code for 4 months. 16-hour days. Weekends. I rewrote the entire architecture, created custom solutions, built relationships with the client's team. Slowly, beautifully, it came together. Vanessa worked 3 desks over. Senior to me by 2 years, but junior in talent. She'd watch me work, bring coffee, ask questions. You're so brilliant, Maya, she'd gush. Teach me your ways. I was naive. I taught her. The project launched flawlessly. The client signed another $3 million contract on the spot. Brian called it the save of the decade. I documented everything meticulously, prepared my presentation for the board review. Then I got the flu. Bad. Hospitalized for 3 days. When I returned, Vanessa was wearing a new suit and a smile that didn't reach her eyes. How was the board meeting? I asked Brian. Which one? My stomach dropped. The Meridian Project review. It was scheduled for yesterday. Oh, Vanessa handled that. Said you'd asked her to present since you were sick. Killed it too. They promoted her on the spot. VP of Development. I stared at him. I never asked her to present. He shrugged. Well, she had all the materials. Knew every detail. Even had your login for the project files. Because I'd given it to her. To help. To learn. I pulled up the shared drive. Every file I'd created was now under her name. Modified by Vanessa Chin. Creation dates changed. My digital fingerprints erased. But here's the thing about being paranoid in tech. You keep backups. Local backups. Cloud backups. Backups of backups. All time-stamped. All hash-verified. All sitting safely in my personal drives. I didn't say anything. Not yet. The next week, Vanessa moved into the corner office. Had her name etched on glass. Started sending alignment meetings and strategy sessions to the team. Playing executive. Then came the email that started this story. Training session. Because apparently, stealing my work wasn't enough. Now I had to teach her how to actually do the job. I walked into conference room B at exactly 3 p.m. Vanessa sat at the head of the table, fresh manicure tapping on her new MacBook Pro. Maya. She smiled like we were still friends. So excited to learn from you. Officially learn. Since I'll be overseeing all your projects now. HR rep in the corner, taking notes. Everything official. Everything documented. Of course, I smiled back. Where should we start? She slid a paper across the table. I've outlined the key areas where I need deep dives. The Morrison algorithm you developed. The API integration framework. Oh, and that brilliant database optimization that saved 40% processing time. My work. My innovations. My intellectual property she was now claiming as her foundation. Thanks for all your hard work, she winked. I'll take it from here. I smiled wider. Absolutely. Let's begin. Over the next 2 weeks, I gave Vanessa exactly what she asked for. Training. Deep, thorough, comprehensive training. I taught her the Morrison algorithm, except I explained it using the flawed version I'd scrapped 3 months before the breakthrough. Subtle errors in logic that would compound under pressure. I walked her through the API framework, but showed her the deprecated methods, the ones that would fail spectacularly with the next update. The database optimization? I trained her on the version that looked efficient in testing, but would bottleneck horrifically at scale. But here's the beauty. I documented everything. Every training session. Every question she asked. Every time she said, I understand. And this is how I did it originally, right? Exactly how you did it, I'd confirm, screenshotting her nods. She never questioned why I was so helpful. Arrogance is blind like that. Meanwhile, I was busy with a side project. Remember those backups? I'd started a blog. The development diaries. Anonymous. Technical. Detailed posts about solving complex problems, complete with time-stamped code commits, email threads with Brian from months ago, development logs. Every innovation she'd claimed, I published the real story. The failures, the breakthroughs, the 3 a.m. solutions. All dated months before her invention of them. The tech community ate it up. Developers love process stories. The blog went viral in coding circles. Who is this genius, they wondered. Why aren't they getting credit? Week 2 of training, things started unraveling for Vanessa. The Morrison algorithm isn't working. She burst into my cubicle, panic in her eyes. Really? That's strange. It's working fine in the test environment. But in production? Oh, you pushed to production already? Bold move. Her face went white. The client had noticed irregularities. Performance degrading. Error rates climbing. Fix it, she hissed. I can't. You're my boss now, remember? I couldn't possibly override your decisions. But I'm happy to train you on troubleshooting. She stormed off. 20 minutes later, HR email. Additional training session required. I spent 3 hours teaching her to troubleshoot the wrong direction. Watched her type frantic commands that made things worse. Documented every keystroke. Maybe we should check the development logs? I suggested innocently. Oh wait, those were all updated to show you as the creator. I wouldn't want to overstep. By Thursday, the Morrison client was threatening to pull out. The $3 million contract hung by a thread. Emergency meetings filled Vanessa's calendar. That's when I played my card. I sent one email. To Brian. To the board. To HR, subject. Concerning intellectual property theft, evidence attached. 200 pages of documentation. Original code commits. Email threads. Development logs. Screenshots of Vanessa asking me to teach her my innovations. Training session recordings where she admitted she didn't understand her own work. And the blog link, where for 2 weeks, the entire tech community had been praising the real developer. Timestamps predating everything. But the kill shot. A security camera footage IT helped me pull. Vanessa at my desk during my hospitalization, USB drive in hand, downloading my files. Timestamp, 2:47 a.m. Brian called me within an hour. Maya, my office. Now. I walked past Vanessa's glass office. She was on the phone, tears streaming, gesticulating wildly. Our eyes met. She knew. Explain, Brian said, pushing a coffee across his desk. I explained. Everything. How she'd studied my work. Gained my trust. Stolen my files while I was on a ventilator. Presented my project. Took my promotion. Then had the audacity to make me train her. And the current situation? She implemented everything I taught her. Unfortunately, I may have been confused about which version was production ready. Honest mistake. I documented my confusion thoroughly. He almost smiled. The Morrison contract will collapse in roughly 6 hours unless someone who actually understands the architecture fixes it. Can you fix it? I already have the solution. Had it for weeks. But I'm just a junior developer. I couldn't possibly. You're promoted. Senior architect. Vanessa's position, actually. She's being escorted out. Through Brian's window, I watched security at Vanessa's door. Box in hand. The long walk beginning. The board wants to apologize, Brian continued. And discuss your actual innovations. The ones on that blog. They're prepared to offer significant equity. I stood to leave, then turned back. Brian, one thing I don't understand. How did you not notice she couldn't code? He sighed. She interviewed well. Talked a good game. We assumed competence. Maybe next time verify instead of assume? Noted. Fix Morrison. Today. Whatever you need. I fixed it in 37 minutes. The actual solution, not the garbage I'd taught Vanessa. The client was thrilled. Contract saved. Expansion discussed. That evening, I updated my blog. On mentorship, trust, and protecting your work. It went viral overnight. Comments poured in from developers sharing similar stories. A movement started. #code credits. People posting their real contributions, demanding recognition. Vanessa tried to sue for wrongful termination. The security footage ended that quickly. Then she tried to claim I'd sabotaged her. Hard to prove when she'd confirmed in writing that she'd invented everything I taught her. Last I heard, she was working at a startup. As a project manager. Non-technical role. They Googled her name in the interview. The blog comes up first. I still get messages from developers who found themselves in similar situations. I tell them all the same thing: document everything. Trust carefully. And if someone steals your work, don't get mad. Get strategic. Because here's what Vanessa never understood: coding isn't just about writing functions. It's about understanding why they work. You can steal someone's code, but you can't steal their comprehension. She took my project, but not my process. My credit, but not my capability. My promotion, but not my potential. And when she asked me to train her, she handed me the perfect weapon: the opportunity to prove definitively that she never understood what she stole. The corner office has my name on it now, etched in glass like hers was. But I earned mine, and everyone knows it. Sometimes junior developers ask me for advice. I tell them, share knowledge freely. Collaboration makes everyone better. But keep backups. Date everything. And never, ever give anyone your login credentials. Because the person bringing you coffee might be planning to drink champagne in your office. The blog is still running. Half technical deep dives, half cautionary tales. Vanessa is case study number 1, forever immortalized as what not to do. Her real name isn't used, but everyone in tech knows. They always know. Brian retired last year. At his farewell, he pulled me aside. "You taught me something important," he said. "What's that?" "The most dangerous person in tech isn't the one who can't code. It's the one who can't code but thinks they can fake it." "And the most dangerous response?" He grinned. "Letting them try." We clinked glasses. To karma. To justice. To the beautiful catastrophe of watching someone hang themselves with rope they insisted on stealing. Vanessa winked at me that day and said, "I'll take it from here." She was half right. She took it. She just couldn't keep it. And that's the difference between stealing someone's work and actually being able to do the work. One requires a USB drive and audacity. The other requires a brain. Guess which one Vanessa forgot to bring to her new job?